Racism has expanded throughout the years, leaving emotional scars and severe divisions throughout different cultures and ethnicities around the world. For example, Adolf Hitler and the elimination of the Jews, President Donald Trump's declarations on Mexicans being rapists and criminals, and different stereotypes and labels we give to each other of different ethnicities. Racism has been introduced to be accepted as a freedom of speech, but is it really okay to judge someone by their appearance or culture? Discrimination is important to take in consideration because our future generations will suffer from the lack of unity. North Carolina will slowly decline without that humanitarian support, and discrimination and racism will expand all over the United States. North Carolina has been known to have the most undocumented immigrants, and most of them tend to be Latinos. But in some parts of the state, racism has increased tremendously, leaving thousands of devastating hearts and broken families due to deportation. Some of the most opposing groups of people are Trump supporters. They believe that Mexicans are illegals, criminals, and rapists, and they do not believe they should be around society. There are many opposing viewpoints to take into consideration when talking about racism. Political racism has been known to be the most popular during the 2016 through 2017 election term. For example, our very own President Donald Trump attacking certain ethnic groups and dividing our nation into believing that one race is superior to the other. According to local news WFMY News 2, President Donald Trump states that when Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have a lot of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. Trump said in his announcement speech June 2015. There have been numerous deportations across North Carolina as a result of Trump's accusations, which are leaving many families abandoned and economically unstable due to discrimination and stereotyping against illegal aliens. Most of these illegal aliens are Mexican Americans or Muslims or Chinese immigrants who have came to this country looking for a better job but have not been able to gain their citizenship. There are many cases where lighter-skinned Latinos are considered high class versus dark Latinos. They are considered poor due to the color of their skin, and this has been known to be true for years, and although discrimination has arose, our schools are filling up with more opponents each day. There has also been numerous times where racism is leading into bullying in Guilford County School. As Chandler explains in his articles, the racial controversial issue has arose at Irwin High School in North Carolina, and this has brought up many bullies to rise up. According to Chandler, the activity at the almost 30% minority school turned hateful when some students began voicing anti-immigrant views during the class discussion. This project has gained a lot of attention all around the news and has made the topic of racism to rise in North Carolina. A lot of people are in disagreement with speaking about racism in Guilford County schools because it can bring out these type of issues, but in reality, racism exists and we should do something about it. To end racism, we need to have a strong community, and people are a big contribution to racism. You can either unite or divide a nation, and it takes maturity and love to do so. We can start by accepting one another and learning to love each other's differences. Another possible solution to end racism is to learn the different cultures and recognize that each and every one of us has a seed in order for this nation to bloom. Racism can end right away. We contribute to our community by collaborating into this world and making it a peaceful environment. There are also groups in North Carolina such as the Dreamers, who are a group of undocumented students striving to gain in-state tuition, the Latin American Coalition, who helps Hispanic families overcome language, economic, and educational barriers, and all of these amazing organizations in North Carolina will help us unite together as a community. There are a large amount of immigration advocates that gather around the downtown area in Greensboro, North Carolina, such as Faith in Action, Carolina Refugee Resettlement Agency, Latino Community Coalition of Guilford, and different churches. These organizations are open to the community to volunteer and learn about the purpose as advocates. I suggest everyone to help end racism by simply contributing into these small organizations and expanding the word in North Carolina. By doing this, many races will come to understand the importance of unity and we will work together to end racism. Another alternative to help end discrimination along illegal aliens is to rally outside important meetings and gain the governor's attention on what racism really is and the expansion it has caused in North Carolina. These rallies and protests can help raise awareness of what the issue is and will expand over time, leaving the governor to gain action and reduce this major problem. Marches and protests are also known to be successful throughout the years, but it should always be done in a respectful, nonviolent manner for it to take action. There are many different benefits into ending racism. For example, a business agent can expand its network by uniting with an immigrant who has a different viewpoint about a company, and this can raise more money towards the business. Another great benefit in ending racism is that the change will occur in our schools. There will be less violence and bullying in our classrooms, and students will learn to get along with one another, no matter what the color of their skin is or their immigration background they uphold. Ending racism will unite North Carolina more than ever, and businesses will start to expand. Immigrants will be fairly paid and will be given the opportunity to apply for citizenship. Through citizenship, refugees and immigrants will be able to bring food to the table of their families and will work hard and receive what they earn. The end of racism and discrimination will help our children learn to love each other no matter what the color of the skin is. We must unite and be able to make families together in one place. By eliminating racism, our children will understand the value of having one another's back and will learn that there is no more to life than judging someone based on their immigration status. North Carolina should be a better place and a better community for future generations.